Good morning, students. In this lecture, in our chapter number 8 of Journal Proper, we will be doing sum number 5, which is based on transactions for which subsidiary books are not kept. Okay, so here we will be getting transactions which may be recorded in a subsidiary book, but those transactions which can be recorded in subsidiary book, but subsidiary book are not kept for the same. So such transactions are recorded in journal proper. Though they can be recorded in a subsidiary book, but subsidiary book is not maintained, then they will be recorded in journal proper. Let us see the sum first. Our sum number 5 says Sri Gujarat Stores does not maintain separate subsidiary book for transactions of bills receivable, bills payable, purchase return and sales return. Record the following transaction in the journal proper. So friends, here it is clearly mentioned that they do not maintain bills receivable, bills payable, purchase return and sales return. So any transaction regarding these books will be recorded in journal proper because these books are not maintained. So in our entire sum, if we find any such transaction which is recorded in bills receivable, bills payable, purchase return or sales return book, then we will record that in journal proper along with the other transactions which are recorded in journal proper. So the first transaction says drew a bill of rupees 8,000 on Ramnik which he accepted and returned. So this is the transaction of bills receivable. Here Ramnik has accepted a bill for us. Bill amount is rupees 8,000. Now this bill is going to be bills receivable for us. So we will be debiting bills receivable account and Ramnik is giving this bill to us. He is accepting, no? So that means he is giving this bill to us. So here Ramnik is considered as giver. So bills receivable account debit to Ramnik account. This will be our entry. Let's see the entry. Here it is. Bills receivable account debit rupees 8,000 to Ramnik account rupees 8,000 being bill of rupees 8,000 accepted by Ramnik. Okay, and the heading will be journal proper of Sri Gujarat Stores because we are writing journal proper of Gujarat Stores. Okay, let's move to the next transaction. Next transaction says accepted a bill of rupees 3,000 drawn by Vijay and returned to him. So friends, here we are accepting a bill which is drawn by Vijay. So the same will be bills payable to us, will be a liability for us, right? So will be credited and Vijay is receiving this bill from us. So Vijay is the receiver. So Vijay's account will be debited. So our entry will be Vijay's account debit to bills payable account. Let us see the entry. Here it is. Second entry. Vijay account debit to bills payable account 3,000 being bill of rupees 3,000 drawn by Vijay and accepted by us. Okay. Next transaction says bills receivable of Ramnik and those to Ramesh. Now friends, here the amount of bill is not given but the clue is given, the bill receivable of Ramnik and those to Ramesh. So in the first transaction we had received a bill from Ramnik which was of rupees 8,000. Now this bill is endorsed in favor of Ramesh. So Ramesh will be receiving this bill, Ramesh account will be debited and from our side we are giving that bill. So bills receivable will go from our side. So bills receivable is going out, that means it will be credited. Right, so our entry will be Ramesh account debit to bills receivable account. Here it is Ramesh account debit to bills receivable account being bill of Ramnik of rupees 8,000 and goes to Ramesh. Let's see the next one. Next transaction says transaction number 4 goods of rupees 3,000 returned by Paresh to us. Now friends, Paresh is returning goods to us, so this is the sales return for us. supposed to be recorded in sales return book, but here it is was clearly mentioned that Gujarat Stores does not maintain purchase return and sales return book. So any transaction of purchase return and sales return will also be recorded in journal proper. So here the entry will be very simple. We very well know in a sales return what happens, goods comes to us. So goods comes in, sales return account will be debited and Paresh is the giver, so Paresh account will be credited. Here the entry is entry number 4. Sales return account debit to Paresh account, being goods returned by Paresh rupees 3000. Okay, next transaction, which is the last one for this sum, goods of rupees 1500 returned to Mahendra. That is what we are returning goods to Mahendra. So this will be a purchase return to us. So purchase return account will be credited because goods is going out and Mahendra is the receiver. So Mahendra's account will be debited. Here the entry is entry number 5. Mahendra account debit to purchase return account 1500, being goods returned to Mahendra. Okay, so this was our last transaction. Then we will be making total. So total comes rupees 23,500 both the side. Okay, so this is all about sum number 5. In next lecture we will be doing sum number 6. Thank you.